So now, why I'm finally doing this video, because I've been talking about this for how long? And then every time I try, I get distracted because I'm always on live. So now I'm going to actually do it. Yeah, I'm wearing my do-rag. Why am I wearing my do-rag? Because I want to. That's why. I need a haircut. I need to shave. Yeah, I'm wearing my do-rag right now. But anyways, I probably want to get back on this like nostalgia cartoon talk, because when I did the like in the heat of the night thing, a lot of people like that. So, and I like taking trips back down the memory lane, talking about all this. So when I was talking about old cartoon shows and stuff of that nature, man, if you grew up, when I grew up, the late 80s, early 90s, man, we had the best. Man, we had the best cartoons. I ain't talking about like Transformers and all that, G.I. Joe. All that stuff was like, I was alive, but I was a baby. You know what I'm saying? And then you got the classics like Bugs, Looney Tunes, Flintstones, Yogi Bear, the Hanna-Barbera stuff. That's classics. So everybody, Scooby-Doo, the Jetsons. Everybody know what that is. But I'm talking about these other cartoons from my era, from late 80s, 90s, early 2000s, man. That was the, man. Like, you would have to go from channel to channel with all these different lineups to remember. See, I remember a lot of this stuff, so I'm going to do this stuff like right off the top of my head. I'm going to start off with ABC. Now, if you watched ABC back in the days, right? First of all, they used to have these banners, like these commercial banners, like whenever your show would go to a commercial, it'd be like, after these messages, we'll be right back, right? And it had like, always had like some kind of claymation character. I used to like that type of stuff for some reason. And then it had like most of the cartoons that was like owned by Deke Entertainment, D-I-C, if you remember that. And I'm talking about stuff that like the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, that cartoon, the Mario cartoon, or Sonic the Hedgehog. You know, Sonic had like 2 cartoons. The real Ghostbusters, the Ghostbusters cartoon that was based off of the movie. Like, that's how I first fell in love with Ghostbusters, from that cartoon with Slimer in it and all them. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, not all these other knockoff ass cartoons. I'm talking about from the 80s, the one that had the theme song, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Man, you talking about I had every action figure. Michelangelo was my favorite. You know what I mean? Because he was like the cool one. Hold on. Then other ones, like most people won't remember, like the rap group Kid and Play actually had their own cartoon. They were the first rap group, true fact, the first rap act to ever have their own cartoon. It only lasted like 13 episodes, but I remembered it because the theme song was "Roll with Kid and Play." Like, that's what hola hola hey, that was the theme song. And then Hammer had a cartoon right after that, MCM. His cartoon was called Hammer Man. And basically he had some magical shoes that would turn him into Hammer Man. And it was horrible, but Hammer was hot back then. So I even remember that type of stuff, right? And then I'm trying to figure out what else. You know, like Biker Mice from Mars. That was one of my favorite cartoons. Biker Mice from Mars. It was like 3 mice that was like humanoid and they drove motorcycles. Street Sharks had a cartoon. I had a lot of them toys. Man, I could just go on. Muppet Babies. I didn't even know that the Muppet Show was out before Muppet Babies. I thought that the Muppet Show was something that they created from the Muppet Babies, but now what they had, Bobby's World. Y'all remember Bobby's World? The little boy that rode on the tricycle? Yeah. They had Eek the cat. A lot of people don't remember Eek. Eek was like this big, fat, purple cat. Man, that something bad always happened to him. And then his girlfriend had like this shark dog that always used to mess with him. Man, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that wasn't even a cartoon, but that was a show on Fox. That man, listen, I had Jason, I had Zach, I had Billy, I had Tommy. Zach was always my favorite. I was always the Black Ranger. It ain't because he was the black, well, yeah. You know, I related to him. He was a black dude. But he was my favorite Ranger in general, so. Yeah, and then he used to do like the hip-hop keto where he danced when he was fighting, so I used to always try to emulate that. And then, of course, Tommy came, and Tommy, everybody's favorite Ranger. So he's the greatest, the Green Ranger. So those was my two favorites. What else, man? Don't even get me started on Batman, the animated series. Batman, the animated series, is the greatest comic book cartoon to ever be created. I dare anybody to tell me different. Don't tell me Justice League. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me no damn Superman. No, Batman, the animated series. Period. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me Static, even though I like Static, but nah, he ain't no Batman. And then they also had the Spider-Man animated series. That's the best Spider-Man cartoon from the 90s. The X-Men, the animated series. Man, Iron Man had a cartoon. I remember that called that I am Iron Man. That's how it came on. And Tony Stark was hitting that metal, building his suits, and then you would see the suits pop up while he was hitting that metal. Man, Fantastic Four had a cartoon. Hulk, man. But let me tell you about this damn, excuse my language. Let me tell you about this damn bump in the night. Man, me and my cousin Trez, if you watching this video, you know what I'm talking about. This was me and my cousin Trez's favorite cartoon. Man, look, we used to sit down Saturday morning, eat us a bowl of cereal, man. People don't remember this cartoon. It came on ABC. It was this green monster named Mr. Bumpy, right? Show was called Bump in the Night. He hung out with this blue thing called Squishy and this Raggedy Ant doll called Molly. That man, I got to show you. I can't even talk about it. Hold on. Y'all gonna remember this. Trez, you know what I'm talking about. Watch this. Hold on. I know y'all remember that. Tell me you remember that. That's Bump in the Night. Come on now. There goes Squishy. Molly. You know what I'm talking about? That was, man, for me and my cousin Trez, that was our show. And then there was another show called Reboot, that was like computer generated something. It was called Reboot, you know. And then USA also had like a little cartoon line. Like, it was alright. It had that stupid Street Fighter cartoon that was based off of the movie, which basically it just followed Guile. And yeah. And then the Mortal Kombat had a cartoon called Defenders of the Realm. It was alright. And they had the Savage Dragon, and yeah. Them cartoons was alright. And then you got the big three. Disney. On Disney. Cause you know you had Donald's Quack Attack. That was one of my favorites. You had Mickey's Mouse Tracks. But then you had these older shows, like it's this one live action show that was based on Alice in Wonderland. And it was called Alice. It was called Adventures in Wonderland. And basically, it was like live action, but it was based on the Alice in Wonderland characters. And the girl was like a teenage girl that would walk through her mirror, right? And she'd be in Wonderland. And the queen was a black lady, and Tweedledee and Tweedledum was like two black dudes that was hip hop. Sound like a acid trip, but I'm telling you, man, it was a show. It was, right? So you had that. You had Adventures in Wonderland. Then, what else was on Disney? It was this stupid show called Kids Incorporated. I just remember the beat. Like, Kids Incorporated, K-I-D-S. That's all I remember. I just remember the song, but then you had the Mickey Mouse Club. And then you had what I call the Disney Renaissance with all the good cartoons. You had Goof Troop. You had Gummy Bears. Gummy Bears. Bears. You had that. DuckTales. Man. Everybody know the DuckTales song. The DuckTales. Woo. You had Tailsman. They're Chippendale Rescue Rangers. And my favorite, Darkwing Duck. Man. Darkwing Duck and Bumpin' the Night. Yeah, then you had it was this one called Bonkers. A lot of people don't remember Bonkers, but it was like the Bobcat, and he was a cop, and he was with this dude that was a cop. You have to look it up to know what I'm talking about. It was also another cartoon called Marsupalami or something like that. There was this cheetah-looking thing. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it was that. And then also you had like the Aladdin spinoff TV show and the Little Mermaid spinoff TV